the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, a Monday night stream here on the Dirt Racing Network can only mean one thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DSRL Monday Night Big Block Series presented by Racer Supply, Tim Sims, 18 Electric, School of Sim Racing, and Scott King's Designs for yet another season. By my count, this is season number 2. It's just my count, though. I wouldn't 100% count on my math. Live here from Charlotte, North Carolina, Concord, North Carolina, if you will. Dirt oval here, track length of about 0.39 miles. Beautiful 70 degrees outside here in Charlotte, and we are ready for yet another season of the DSRL Monday Night Big Block Modified Series here on the Dirt Racing Network. My name is Zach Krieger. I'll be taking you through almost all of the action this season that I can. I might have to leave about halfway through the season. I'm trying to get a job, and hopefully, if you stop hearing me on the broadcast later on in the season, that's a good reason. Right now, just about a minute left here in the practice session. Right now, Garrett Boyd sits up top of the timing table. Then, Samuel Backman, a name that I've never seen before. Matt Westphal, recognize him in third. Tom Oostendorf and Tim Nichols. So, good old Tim Nichols is in the 5th place spot so far. We gotta look back all the way to 10th place to see our driver who we're gonna keep our eye on throughout the entire season. That is Season 1 champion Travis Johnson in that 25 machine. If you remember, run your head back just a few months, Travis Johnson picked up the championship. 2 points, 2 whole points over your current leader, Garrett Boyd. Boyd at top of the table right now. Jacob Schmutz was second or third in that championship, only 11 points back. So we had an 11-point gap at the end of the season. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be good. You're going to want to keep your eyes on it. And a little bit of a added bonus, we're going to have some more racing after this because the DSRL launching the UMP modified series that will run right after the big blocks, and depending on how long there is left in the session, we might just keep this stream going, or we might take a little bit of a break and throw up another one once that time comes. But until then, we've got qualifying to come out onto the racing surface for us right now. Qualifying brought to you by Racer Supply, a new racing directory app free for everyone to use. Just download our app and enjoy turn-by-turn directions to all the tracks listed. Download wherever apps are found today. We thank Racer Supply for bringing us our qualifying session. We're going to take a look at the first car out, that 421 machine. That is Brinton Roxby. Sorry, Roxbury, another name that I'm not 100% familiar with, so we will keep an eye on that 421 machine, the first car out onto the racing surface. Seeing him run that high line through, mid-line through 3 and 4 over the line. Of course, the first car by, he'll go quick time quickly, though, to be replaced. Oh, he's not quite yet. We will throw up our graphic board. Well, you'd think after about 2-3 years I'd know why names overlap. I don't. Right now, Roxbury at the top of the table. Peter Brees will go second quick. Roxbury up to the top with a 16.10. We will go back and take a look at our reigning champion in the 25 machine, working through turns 3 and 4. This is the 25 machine of Travis Johnson. Johnson goes over the line. Quick time, but not for Johnson. Samuel Bachman goes to the top at a 15.94. Johnson will go 4th quick, so Bachman says, I might be new here, but you guys gotta be careful of me. Johnson's second time by will not improve. Taking a look a little bit further around the field, we will take a look here at the 73 machine of Larry Moody. Moody trying to put himself up towards the top of the board. He'll go 13th quick as the final car through. So, it will be Samuel Backman, your quick qualifier on the night. We will move into heat races. Heat race number 1 going to be brought to you by 18 Electric. Your grid will look like this, starting from the pole. The driver out of the Plains region in the 1 machine, that is Jacob Schmutz. Alongside him, the 21 machine of Garrett Boyd. Anthony Morano in the 16 machine is alongside your fast qualifier on the night, Samuel Bachman. Travis Johnson in the 25 alongside Adam Minnie in the 11, with Larry Moody and Roger Wagner, 2 veterans, bringing up the back. Kind of confused on why Roger Wagner is only 4 seconds off the pace, but we won't focus on that. One Electric Incorporated is a fully licensed, bonded, and insured electrical company serving Oklahoma City and the surrounding areas. Founded in February of 2020, the company started with one man and his truck. Thanks to some great and loyal customers in a very short amount of time, they have now expanded into a 2-team and working out of their own shop. They take pride in their work. Customer communication, satisfaction, and code compliance is their #1 priority. Get in touch today at 18electric.net. That's 1 spelled out, the number 8electric.net. Always fun to have to read out that website. We thank 18electric for sponsoring Heat Race number 1. How convenient. 8 cars here in Heat Race number 1. Everybody making it into the main tonight, so they're pretty much fighting for starting position at this point. See Scott King jumping into the chat. Unfortunately, Scott, I will not be returning to Beaver Dam this year. So Scott, a little preemptively, scheduling conflicts. Believe it or not, when you are potentially going to start working a full-time job, it gets kind of hard to go to racetracks more and more often. I will still be doing the writing for Beaver Dam Raceway, so that is a positive, so you'll be able to read my news articles about it, but unfortunately not return on the mic. Actually, I might replace Ray once or twice if he's ever sick or something, but currently not on the scope. But it is what it is. Jacob Schwartz on the pole. Garrett Boyd brings him out of turn number 4, and we are underway here at Heat Race number 1, brought to you by 18electric. Great start for Jacob Schwartz. That middle line with that 32 machine. Anthony Morano trying to make it work. Doesn't have it quite yet. Now Garrett Boyd going to try and challenge a little bit on that high line. See if he can get anything. Down the front straightaway they go side by side. Jacob Schwartz, your leader. Anthony Morano, Boyd side by side for second. 3 wide for the race lead momentarily. Almost make it 4. Samuel Bachman, your quick qualifier on the night, trying to get himself up into that lead. Still 3 wide, barely as they exit the corner. Boy, oh boy, it's only Heat Race number 1, but things are heating up already. Schmutz down that middle. He's in that middle, and he's keeping that lead. Morano and Boyd still battling it out, trying to take that spot away from him. Bachman in that 007 car, trying to challenge as well. Morano goes to the low line, gets some run through the corner in that 32 machine. Down the front straightaway they go. Schmutz, Boyd, Morano side by side. Then we see Bachman and Travis Johnson getting ready to go at it here as well. Talk about a battle here in Heat Race number 1. 5 cars all within breathing distance. Boys, I know it's getting cold out, but put a blanket over these top 5. I don't need it. Boy, oh boy, Garrett Boyd right now the leader. 3 laps to go. Jacob Schmutz in that second place spot. Johnson up to 3rd. Morano and Bachman down to 4th and 5th. So the old guard, the best of the best, kind of handed off, saying you guys are going to have to try a little harder than that if you want that spot. Because we got just a little bit of a battle as well going on. All these guys keeping it going. That was a great first heat race. We still got a lap to go, keeping an eye here on Travis Johnson, but going a little bit further up to Jacob Schmutz. Schmutz trying to get involved in the battle for the race lead. He's trying to take that race lead from Garrett Boyd. We'll see if he has anything for him coming through the final corner. In the turns 3 and 4, Boyd protects the bottom. Schmutz goes up top, and it's going to be the Boyd Power Sports number 21. Garrett Boyd picking up the win. Jacob Schmutz second. Travis Johnson third. Anthony Morano, Samuel Bachman, Adam Vinny, Larry Moody, and Roger Wagner round out your 8 cars here in Heat Race number 1. Heat Race number 2 coming up onto the racing surface. Edmund Trophy and Awards. Proud sponsors of Heat Race number 2, and it'll look like this. Starting from the pole out of Mid-South in the 421 machine, that's Britton Roxbury. Alongside him, the 32 of Tom Usendorf, he's out of Ohio. Another Ohio driver, that's Tim Nichols in that 131 machine. We saw Tim in the Facebook chat just a little bit ago. Westfall in that 54 machine, it starts from 4th. Peter Brees in the 74 machine will start from 5th, with Scott Thomason in the 6th, starting from 6th. Mike Roxbury in the 3 machine, and Kevin Hanley in the 110 machine round out your 8 cars here in Heat Race number 2, presented by Edmund Trophy Company. Edmund Trophy has been serving the Edmond and OKC area since 1978. We provide trophies, plaques, acrylic medals, engravings, and everything else. They are a family-owned business recently under new ownership and are excited to bring new and exciting products to you. Visit us today at EdmondTrophy.com. We thank Edmund Trophy and awards for their support of Heat Race number 2. Well, we have the pacing lap. We'll talk more about myself because I'm a race announcer and 19 years old and I am a big egomaniac. I will be going back to the Badger Midget series this upcoming season as a social media person in the victory lane, getting the team with Eric Huenfeld. That'll be fun. So many fun things on the horizon, as well as becoming a firefighter. That is a big one. Getting ready to go here in Heat Race number 2, presented by Edmund Trophy Company. Roxbury and Oostendorf, the 421, and the 32 machine. Top 2 here in Heat Race number 2, starting us off well. Out of turn number 4, we're green. Good start for Roxbury, but we're going to take a little bit of a look back. Matt Westphal challenging that 131 machine, that 32 machine. Nichols able to kind of dice it up there in that third place spot to the inside of Matt Westphal. If you guys are new here and you recognize that Matt Westphal name, USAC non-wing sprint car driver, decides he likes some modifieds in the winter and keeps his skills sharp as an oh no, he's not gonna like that. Nichols gonna get some hard contact. We stay green momentarily. We'll keep an eye on the flag stand right now, it's keeping it green as they work down the back straight of Roxbury. Your leader Kevin Hanley in second as they work through turns 3 and 4. Hanley and Brees battling it out for that second place spot. Tim Nichols seems to have ran into some more issues, so unfortunately there for Tim. He'll make his way to the pit lane. Brees and Hanley battling it out for that second place spot so far. Into the wall goes Scott Thomason right behind them. I was about to bring him up, but I didn't, so it's not going to be a commentator's curse. Right now, Roxbury out front. Peter Brees, Kevin Hanley, Tom Oostendorf, and Scott Thomason battling it out for that 4th place spot. We'll go back, take a look at their battle. There's one thing these guys know how to do, it is battle, and they are putting on a show here in the Heat Races. Edmund Trophy and a work race number 2 coming to a close. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks out for Mike Roxbury. Keeping an eye on the battle for the 2nd place spot. Peter Brees, Kevin Hanley, side by side. The 74 is Brees, the 110 is Hanley. As they pace down the back straightaway in the turns 3 and 4. Brees up top, Hanley down low. Doctor's jacket is out for the field. White flag, 1 lap to go for Heat Race number 2. Up against that wall as Hanley gets a good run off the corner. Down the back straightaway, he has a chance here at Brees. Into turns 3 and 4, he keeps it low. Tries to work that corner. Britton Roxbury takes home the win. Peter Brees, Kevin Hanley, Scott Thomason, Tom Oostendorf, Mike Roxbury, Matt Westphal, Tim Nichols round out the 8 cars here in the Heat Race. That was a pretty good one indeed there right at the end. So we're going to get the time to change, get these drivers some time onto the racing surface. While we do that, we are going to throw it out, pay some bills. We will be back here in a little bit with the sights and sounds of the DSRL while we wait for our feature to tick off. Until then, stay tuned and we'll see you in a few minutes. Alright. It is feature time here at Charlotte for the first round of the DSRL Monday Night Big Block Modified Series live here on the Dirt Racing Network. And we will take you through your grid here once again as we wind up for our 40-lap main tonight. Starting from the pole, the winner of heat race number 1 and 2. That's the 21 machine of Garrett Boyd and the 421 machine of Britton Roxbury. Along behind them, row number 2, Jacob Schmutz, Peter Brees goes from 3rd and 4th to 25. Last season's champion Travis Johnson starts from a very good 5th, with the one-time machine of Kevin Hanley starting from 6th. 7th goes to Anthony Moran, with 8th being Scott Thomason. 9th will go to Samuel Beckman, our fast qualifier on the night, with Tom Oostendorf in that 32 machine starting from 10th. 11th will go to Adam Vinny with Mike Roxbury in the 3 machine starting from 12th. We gotta go all the way back to 13th place to find Larry Moody along with Matt Westfall in that 54 machine. Our great man, the 31 machine of Roger Wagner, starts alongside the 16 machine. Sorry, the 131 machine starting from 16th. That's Tim Nichols. Once again, we thank you for tuning in tonight. The first round of the DSRL Monday Night Big Block Modified Series. Getting ready to go racing here, and it is Boyd and Roxbury, your front row. The only 2 cars that have the 2-1 in their number. Sorry, the 21 on the inside, the 421 on the outside. As we work our way down the back straight. For myself, Zach Krieger, everybody else here at the Dirt Racing Network and the Dirt Slingers Racing League, we thank you for tuning in tonight. Hope that you enjoy these next 40 laps, because as they work through turns 3 and 4, Boyd and Roxbury going to set the pace, start the race, and out of 4, the foot goes to the floor. We are green! Fantastic start for Garrett Boyd. Works his way down the back straightaway. We got some guys stacking it up a little bit further back. We're staying green here. Garrett Boyd, the leader, out of turn 1, off of the first lap. Britton Roxbury, Travis Johnson, Jacob Schmutz, your top 5. Anthony Morano and Peter Brees battling it out, trying to get into said top 5. Right now out front, it's the 21 machine. Garrett Boyd doing a good job holding down this race lead. Britton Roxbury right behind him in the 421. Travis Johnson right behind them, trying to get involved as well. It doesn't look like he is able to. Anthony Morano, Jacob Schmutz battling it out for the 4th place spot. We keep our eyes peeled there. Don't look now, but that 007 car, Samuel Beckman as well, trying to get involved. 3-car battle for the 4th place. The 4th place spot. Schmutz on that high line seems to have it. Through the corner just a little bit better. So we're keeping an eye on the battle for the race lead as well on our relative. I did a split screen, but my computer is nowhere near beefy enough to do that. So we keep an eye on the battle, the one that's happening for 4th place right now, Schmutz and Morano. Side by side. Big move there from Kevin Hanley in the 110 machine. He came from out of nowhere and really kind of ended up in nowhere, but goes a spot the better, so good for him. Schmutz now trying the pressure into that 3rd place. Schmutz goes to the inside of Travis Johnson. Jacob Schmutz in that 1J machine trying to make it work. And it is so far as we keep our eyes pinned on the battle for the 3rd place spot. Change it to the 4th place spot. That 32 machine, Anthony Morano, 16 on the ticker, 32 on track. Starts to pick him off up on that high line. High line seems to be where it is. Remember, that's where Schmutz was able to kind of hold that 4th place spot. Schmutz gets out of shape. He'll fall backwards. And Jacob Schmutz, like a card in a deck, gets shuffled all the way back to 6th. Anthony Morano steps up into that 4th place spot. With the 007, the qualifier on the night, Samuel Beckman looking to challenge, looking to sneak his way into the top 4. Out front, Garrett Boyd, your leader, doing a fantastic job holding that lead. Quickly do some housekeeping, but got all set. Sorry about that. Keeping an eye still on the battle for the track. Still good, still happening. As Johnson has now moved past Anthony Morano. So Justin's already in front of Anthony Morano. It's Kevin Hanley that's trying to make his move in front of Anthony Morano. That 110 machine, Kevin Hanley trying his chances on the bottom. trying to see what will work as they work through 3 and 4. Travis Johnson, that 25 machine, unfortunately, I think he's just kind of being brought into the battle. As we keep our eyes on it. 7/10, just over half a second. Garrett Boyd, your leader. Britton Roxbury, Travis Johnson, your top 3. And then when we go back to the battle that we see on our screens, Anthony Morano, Kevin Hanley battling it out. Samuel Beckman as well there as well. Travis Johnson makes a big mistake. Contact all throughout the field. Can they keep it straight? Oh, Kevin Hanley hits a bunny hop. He's going to keep it going. We stay green. Travis Johnson somehow still in that 3rd place spot, but a slide job here from Anthony Morano trying to take that 3rd place spot. Jacob Schmutz with a run down the back straightaway, not going to be able to take it anywhere. Johnson looks for the slider in 3 and 4 once again. He's going to send it. He's going to get it. Travis Johnson back up to that 3rd place spot. Morano goes to the inside. Big move. Can he keep it out of the wall? Oh, just about. Travis Johnson has to slow it off and get it sideways off the corner. Jacob Schmutz sitting there right behind him going, yes, please, somebody wreck somebody. Jacob Schmutz wants that 3rd place spot badly. He is not in the position to go for it. We keep our eyes pinned on the battle for that 3rd place spot. Uh-oh, contact. Morano goes around and the yellow flag flies. What a time to change camera angles and not see the wreck that occurs. Really proud of myself. Producer Zach patting himself on the back. Keeping an eye on right here. It's the battle between Johnson, that 25T, and the 32 of Anthony Morano. Down the back straightaway. Oh. Now that looks pretty incriminating, I will admit. We will go up to the chopper cam here, see if we can get a top view, and we'll get an on-board view with the 1J. So you can see the battle going on here. Unfortunately, there might be a little bit of netcode there. I did not 100% see, so I'm not 100% gonna say there was, because that's not what I do. We'll take a look on board here with Jacob Schmutz and see if Schmutz has a different view. I have a feeling it just kind of happens all too fast for Schmutz to even realize it's happening. So he's down on the inside. Yeah, car just kind of drifts off there. Unfortunate contact there between the two of them, Morano and Schmutz. Morano makes his way to the back of the field. As always, tap out rule in effect. If you pull the yellow, you go to the back. If you cause the yellow, you also go to the back. And we might also see some post-race penalties coming up by chance. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not privy to that in the live moment. On to turn number 4, 24 laps of the distance left to go. 23 now as they cross the line. Garrett Boyd still your leader as we're back underway. Battle for 2nd place. This is going to heat up right here. Travis Johnson to the inside of Britton Roxbury. And Roxbury falls down. Johnson takes that 2nd place spot. Jacob Schmutz trying to get involved in the fight as well. Don't count out that 54 machine of Matt Westfall up a gobstopping 9 positions. So, don't count out that 54 machine. But the 25T of Travis Johnson right now holding down that 2nd place spot. Battle is for 3rd between Jacob Schmutz and Britton Roxbury. And we will go yellow. It seems as if Roger Wagner and Larry Moody have potentially gotten themselves tangled. We'll go back and take a look at what happened. That's going to be the pink and the 73 machine. So the white and red machine and the bright pink eyesore machine. I can tell you what happens from my opinion, and I can tell you what happens. It's probably some unfortunate contact between. What I think happens is Roger just drifts on up. Chopper cam always to the rescue will really help us there. Let's see what actually happened. This is 3 and 4. I work down the front straight. I'm like 1 and 2. And, oh, Roger may have already been going around there, honestly, so Not a big concern. Hits a little donut, gets it back going, but we go in the meantime. So out front, Garrett Boyd, your leader. Travis Johnson, Britton Roxbury, Jacob Schmutz, Matt Westphal, Peter Brees, Samuel Beckman, Kevin Hanley, Tim Nichols, Adam Vinny, Tom Wustendorf, Scotty Thomason, Anthony Morano, Mike Roxbury, Roger Wagner, and Larry Moody. Your 16 cars here. As these guys get ready to go back racing. Pace truck makes its way off of the circuit. As we bring ourselves back to the green. Let's try this one again, ladies and gentlemen. Back underway here. Half down, half to go. Good start for Boyd. Keeps that race lead. Roxbury right behind him. Travis Johnson falls back down the third now. Battle is for the third place, maybe even the fourth place spot. So I'm trying to get to my button to switch cameras. Here comes Matt Westphal to the inside. Westphal making a lunge. Oh, that is not what he wants to see. Travis Johnson getting carried, cartwheels, flips, barrel rolls, all sorts of fun activities. Ends up on his lid. He's turtled out in turn 3. And we will go yelp for the third time tonight. Not what our rating champion would want to see here on the first night. We will get a replay dialed on up here. I say dialed on up like I was alive for dial up. Let's see where it all started. As I always like to say, this is an onion. It's got a lot of layers to it. We're going to go to the chopper cam immediately. Because Schmutz goes for a gap, and Westphal just gets a little bit upset, and that car kind of just snaps, it looks like. And I think Westphal was kind of being wary of the 74 machine of Peter Brees, who tried to go to his inside. Yikes, things you don't like to see. Travis Johnson upside down. This is always a fun camera to use. Actually, let's do the backwards cam. I like this one. Actually, now we're going back to the roll bar here because Johnson, I mean, he doesn't know what's happening. And end over end, sideways, that's a barrel roll. Do a flip. Ends up on his lid. And the yellow will come out. Not what you want to see if you are the reigning champion, Travis Johnson, but long season. I think you can account for 1 or 2 bad nights, but who knows? That 21 machine of Garrett Boyd, been fast all night. He might be a challenge for the championship as he works his way through turns 3 and 4. Green flag back out in front of the field. So there, Garrett Boyd, your race leader. Britton Roxbury goes up high. Matt Westphal into that third place spot. Roxbury in that 421 machine works down the back straightaway in that second place spot, keeping an eye on the third place car, Matt Westphal, because there's a battle going on. He's going to try to challenge for a second place spot here for a quick second. Taking a look backwards behind him, Kevin Hanley, Peter Brees battling it out for fourth. Brees has the position over the line on that high line. Westphal still trying to go to work on that 421 machine. Roxbury into the wall, and that allows Westphal to get to his inside. Matt Westphal takes a deep dive into turns 1 and 2, sends in the slide job. Tries to get it good, doesn't have it quite yet. Here comes Roxbury right back down to the inside. Slides on up the racing surface. Westphal gonna have to deal with him here. Through 1 and 2 again. Slider not able to get it. He has to pull alongside him. 421 machine down the back straightaway has the position. Westphal looks to the inside here in 3 and 4. Roxbury once again going to run him all the way up. Contact! Westphal hard into the wall. Roxbury involved in it as well. Brees and Hanley getting themselves all sorts of upset And we go yellow without anybody really going around. Great heads-up driving there from the entire field. But that yellow comes out, and that's a problematic yellow, because that's a very questionable yellow, if I do say so myself. Race control, I think a little too early on the button there. Westfall's tires are absolutely screwed. He's going to have to take his way to the pits. To the chopper cam we go here. This is through 3 and 4. See, Westfall goes up, and ooh, 2 cars going for the same piece of real estate. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it was not free. Contact between Westfall and Roxbury, second and third. And unfortunately for Matt Westfall there, everybody avoids him. Fortunately, or unfortunately for him, he will have to make his way to the pit lane. As we get ready to go back racing. 12 laps to go, sorry. Pace truck should make its way off of the racing surface this time by... It has not, and I'm kind of confused why it hasn't. Field set, field's ready to go. But I guess we're gonna putt for another lap. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Race leader is Garrett Boyd, Britton Roxbury, right behind him. Peter Brees, Kevin Hanley, Scott Thomason, your top 5. Samuel Backman, Tom Lusendorf, Anthony Morano, Jake Schmutz, top 10. Tim Nichols, Larry Moody, Adam May, Mike Roxbury, Roger Wagner, and Travis Johnson. The 16 cars here. Boyd gonna bring him back to the green out of turn number 4. Let's try this one again, ladies and gentlemen. Back underway, racing side by side now for your race lead, this time by Boyd sends in the slider. Good run down the back straightaway for the 21 machine. Roxbury, that 421 machine, gonna look to the inside. Doesn't have it quite yet. Runs all the way up the track. Boyd, your race leader. Roxbury right behind him. Don't count out that 110 machine. Kevin Hanley up into that 3rd place spot. He's strong. Won a few races last season. He's gonna look to keep that streak alive. As Hanley might be a late factor here into this race. It will probably take a lot to be able to get past Garrett Boyd, but if there's one driver that's good at it, I would assume it would in fact be that one Kevin Hanley. Hanley up into that 2nd place spot. Garrett Boyd still your leader, 8 laps to go. He's slowly starting to close, though, is Hanley. Hanley trying to make something happen here in these last few laps. Garrett Boyd in the lead. Kevin Hanley right behind him. Takes a look to the inside, tries to get something done. Nothing quite yet. As Hanley down the back straightaway. Looks to be strong, looks to be good. In the 3 and 4 to the inside goes Kevin Hanley. Garrett Boyd, you've got company for really the first time this race. Kevin Hanley. Call him an electrician because he flipped the switch and he is going. That 110 machine looking to make some moves here. 21 versus the 110. Who's it going to be at the line? Garrett Boyd still your race leader. Kevin Hanley to the inside through 1 and 2. Don't count out Britton Roxbury as well. 3-car battle for the race lead. Hanley inching further and further ahead of Boyd. Hanley to the inside with the slider. Gets the wall. Contact between Hanley and Boyd. Here comes Roxbury to the inside of Boyd. Saw Hanley could do it. Says, I'm going to try it. 3-car battle for the race lead heats up as Hanley with one opportunity. Not able to make it work quite yet. Garrett Boyd out front. Your leader as a caution comes out at the death. Samuel Backman and Anthony Morano get it tangled up. Keep an eye on the 32 machine a little bit further back, but the 007 machine too, you can keep your eyes on. Oh, whoa. Deep slider. And unfortunately for Murano, Backman was there. Contact between the two of them. And things you hate to see are contact. It's roll bar time. As we take a look here at Murano working down the back straightaway to the inside. Ooh, and you can see gets on. You can hear him get on the brakes there. Tries to shut that thing down before he makes the contact. Unfortunately, he doesn't, and the yellow will fly with just 3 laps to go. This is where the fun begins. 3 laps to go as we get ready to go back green here momentarily. Underway, 3 laps to go. Roxbury looking to challenge the 21 machine of Boyd. Boyd strong on that high line. They work down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Right now, Garrett Boyd, your leader. Popsicle sticks are out for him though. 2 laps to go. Roxbury gonna have to try something if he wants that win. To the inside goes Britton. Down the back straightaway. Nothing quite yet. Here comes the slide job from the 421 machine. 421 to the lead. Roxbury for the first time tonight. Your race leader with the white flag out. Boyd gonna have to time it perfectly. Look at Kevin Hanley rotate that top. Kevin Hanley gonna try and see if he can make something happen. To the inside goes Garrett Boyd in the 21. Roxbury gonna go high in the 421. It's gonna be a photo finish at the line. But Britton Roxbury gets it done. Garrett Boyd second and Kevin Hanley third. And we have ourselves a photo finish for the first time this season. Boy, oh boy, that is going to be a fun one to hear about. Back to the replay here. We're getting it in the good old chopper cam, coming to the white flag. Roxbury with the race lead. This is for the lead, mind you. Boyd goes low. Hanley rotates that top side pretty well. Boyd to the inside. Hanley trying for the outside. Roxbury, though, strong on the middle. And he just very narrowly gets that spot. Boy, oh boy, what a finish. As it's gonna be hard, I will say the very least, to get that one all taken care of. It's gonna be hard to replicate that, I will say. At the very least, we will get our top 3 into the booth right now, starting with our race winner. The 421 machine of Britton Roxbury. The driver of the 421 machine. Britton, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well. First race here this season and a photo finish to come down to the end. Walk me through that final lap.
Man, I don't even know. I knew I could get him one of these ways. You know, we don't have mirrors or nothing, which is I just found out you could do because I just got back after 4 years on this stuff. But so I seen someone pass me. I think it was Kevin maybe, and I seen the line he was running, and I just kind of copied that line, and it seemed to work there. And I think I just got a decent jump after I bumped him on the start and was able to slide him, and I still don't know how I did it.
Well, first race of a pretty long season, to say the very least. Momentum obviously important. Getting wins obviously important as well. How good does it feel to come out first week of the season and really just kind of put a stamp that, hey, I'm here to play this season?
Yeah, I mean, it feels really good. You know, like I said, it's been 4 years since I've done this stuff. This is like one of my first races here in the big blocks, and I'm enjoying them. I mean, I think they're really fun. I've been with DSRL for a long time. I was big into the sprint cars years ago, and I'm having a blast, and I'm happy to be back.
Well, we are happy to see you back. Who do you need to thank for your win tonight before we let you go and celebrate?
Well, I guess I got to thank my woman for just letting me do this, and thank my dad who also raced in here with us tonight for all his support. And it's really good to get out here and race with your dad and have some fun.
Well, congratulations on your win once again. We hope to talk to you pretty soon.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Winner of tonight's feature event, the 421 machine of Britton Roxbury. We'll talk to second placed number 21 machine, Garrett Boyd here. We'll get Garrett up into the booth momentarily. We get the 21 machine up here, Garrett Boyd. Garrett, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it looked pretty good for you for about 38 laps, and then lap 39 happened, and then lap 40 happened. Walk me through those final few laps.
Us trying to do the best we could with what we had left at the end, and I mean, I feel like me and him were pretty straight up the whole race, so it was either going to be one or either of us, or Kevin. I mean, he came out of nowhere, so it's just I didn't save enough running out ahead of him. When I had that little bit of a gap early on, I think I used up a little bit more than they did probably.
Well, so close we get so far. Photo finish here at the end. Who do you need to thank for your pretty good run today, to say the very least?
I just got to thank my girlfriend, you for broadcasting it on DSSN, and then all the other sponsors. I don't have the list in front of me, so I can't say it. Then all the people on the car, and then I'm not going to try to name those either. So we'll let you move on to Kevin.
Well, Garrett, congratulations on your second place finish tonight.
Thanks, Zach.
That was second place finisher Garrett Boyd. We will talk to the final finisher here on the night as we try to get a good camera on him, and unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to. That one looks just good for me. Is the third place driver of the 110 machine, Kevin Hanley. We'll bring him up here into the tower. Kevin, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, it definitely was a very interesting race there at the end. Walk us through it from your perspective there. Third place coming on to the white flag. What were you kind of hoping for?
Yeah, I mean, coming in there at the end, obviously I wish I was running second so I had a chance to go for the lead, but, I was just hoping that those two guys slowed each other up enough that I could kind of sneak through and get the win, but, nothing opened up. Congrats to Britton on getting the win. That was, I think he only led one lap, and it was the one that mattered. So,
well, a good start to the season for you, to say the very least, up here on the podium. Who do you need to thank before we let you go and take a little break?
I just want to thank everyone at DSRL, Roger for putting on the league. It's always fun running with them, and yourself for putting on the broadcast.
Well, Kevin, congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you.
That was the third place finisher, Kevin Hanley, in the 110 machine. We will take a look here at your results here. And the feature ended up looking like this. Britton Roxbury with the win. Garrett Boyd in that second place spot, with Kevin Hanley on the podium, excuse me. Peter Brees, Jacob Schmutz rounded out the top 5. Samuel Beckman, Tom Oostendorf, Scott Thomason, Larry Moody, Matt Westfall, Adam Vinny, Anthony Morano, Roger Wagner, Mike Roxbury, Tim Nichols, and Travis Johnson rounded out your 16 cars here tonight in the DSRL Monday Night Big Block Modified Series. A very good finish, to say the very least, as we prepare now to shift gears to a different car, the UMP Modified. That's coming up here shortly, so stay tuned here on the Dirt Racing Network. What we're going to do is we're going to try something new, and I'm not 100% sure if it even works. I will not lie to you. We're going to try it and hope that I don't get in trouble for doing it as well. We're going to take you back to a time in history and run some throwback broadcast. We've got a race here that originally aired September 2nd of 2020 This was the Wednesday Night Warriors UMP Modified Series. We're going to see a little bit more of these cars a little bit later on in the night. So make sure to stay tuned for that. While we wait to get that all set up, we will make sure to get this stuff all sorts of set up. Make sure all this works, most importantly, because when it doesn't work, it's really gonna suck that it doesn't work. While we wait, though, we will throw it out to the broadcast. The vintage. I'm going to start calling it the vintage broadcast. I think that's a good idea. We will be back once the UMP Modified race starts. Until then, enjoy some vintage DSRL. Okay, quick update. Some technical difficulties. I'm making sure I get that all sorts of figured out before this happens. It is a struggle. First time doing this to get all this to work. I think we're actually going to do it this way. We almost have it. Making sure that this all works. Making sure that it works good too.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Dirt Slingers Wednesday Night Warriors, the UMP Mod Series. Boys out here putting down some laps. Right now, that man right there, Shane James, atop the speed chart in the practice session. Just waiting for one or two more to enter the server there so they can advance this thing. They will not have qualifying, so while they are finishing up their practice session, we will do our pre-race festivities.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, thank you, Mr. Foley. Fantastic rendition of our national anthem. Right into heat races we go. Boys random drew for their spots. On the pole for heat race number 1, the Four-Way Mortgages BSA or Catch Fence Apparel Levels Up Sim Racing. Number 85 of Tyler Schell out of Millersburg, Pennsylvania. And on the outside of him in the Border Tire Wicked Cushion, Dirt Racing Network Rockstar Productions, number 5. Another elbows up a driver. He's from Franklin, Pennsylvania, Braden Eiler. Row 2 on the inside, the Ultimate Dirt TV, Black Diamond Motorsports, number 54 from Ellington, Florida, John Batista, JB. And on his outside, in the over-the-wall photography, elbows up Sim Sport, number 21 from Hanford, California, Shea Paulo. Row 3 on the inside, going to be the Tim Sims, Black Diamond Motorsports, number 1 of Mason Hannigan from Pittsburgh, Indiana. And on the outside of him, Will Gatsky in the Jones Rockin' Dirt, Band of Brothers, number 70 out of Abilene, Kansas. Row 4. On the inside, the 157 car, Jesse Bandy. On the outside of him, from Junction City, Kansas, in the Shake and Bake Motorsports, number 1, Jacob Schmutz. And in the back row, on the inside, from Owasso, Oklahoma, the number 13, going to be Cody Kelly. And on the outside of him, newcomer to the series in the 90 car, Jeff Fitzpatrick. Everybody in the house going to the feature tonight. All 20 drivers will make it to our 35-lap A main. They are just racing the heat races for their starting positions. 2 heat races, couple of minutes of warm-up for them, and we will get right through this thing tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in, as I just left that right on up there, didn't I? Now we'll fix it up. Hello, Tim Nichols. All right. Pace truck about to head in. Cars lined up, ready to go. Shell in the 44. On the throttle, green flag in the air. Good start to this one. They will fan out 2, 3, 4 wide for just a second in the middle of turns 1 and 2. You saw Paulo get into the back of Batista. That checked up all the cars behind that. It is going to leave Shell, Eiler, and Will Gatsky. New paint on the 70 machine. We're looking for the black car. He's in a white one now. He has 3rd. Batista and Paulo now battling for 4th, right in front of Schmutz. That's 6th place. Fitzpatrick, Hannigan, Kelly, and Bandy in behind that. Pretty good line around the top right now for these drivers. The only car down in the bottom of the top 5, the 21 machine you see right there, Shea Paulo. Now he moves out to the high side. Will Gatsky now getting a little bit of pressure from John Batista. Batista been very strong in this series. Top 5 runs in the A main both weeks. Won the opener. I think he finished 4th in week number 2, if my memory is good. Right around Gatsky. Gatsky going to fight back with the crossover there. Good move from him. Round 2, turns 3 and 4. 3 laps to go this time by. Still Tyler Schell. 0.8 of a second ahead of Braden Eiler, the high side hustler there, the 5 machine. Hanging on to a solid second place. Best battle on the track right there. The 54 car of John Batista, the 70 of Will Gatsky. These two battling side by side. I saw Jeff Fitzpatrick go around Hannigan. Shea Paulo still in 5th, then Fitzpatrick up to 6th, but he's got his hands full. Hannigan trying to come back around. Not going to make that work. Smuts right in the middle of this too. White flag in the air for Tyler Schell. Looks like he'll pick up a heat race win pretty easily. Braden Eiler and Will Gatsky now put a little bit of distance between himself and John Batista as they come out of 3 and 4 for the checkered flag. Heat race number 1 in the books. Tyler Schell will be your winner. Braden Eiler, Will Gatsky, John Batista, Shea Paulo, Jeff Fitzpatrick, Mason Hannigan, Jacob Schmutz, Cody Kelly, and Jesse Bandy in that order. Second and final heat race is going to grid out here on the front stretch for us. On the pole, the Jessup Logistics Elbows Up Sim Sport, number 25 from West Middlesex, Pennsylvania. Richie Preston on his outside in a 3 machine. That is going to be Shane James. Row 2 on the inside, the Casey's General Stores, number 4 from Des Moines, Iowa, Jason Randolph. And on the outside of him, the Karen's Custard and Hamburgers, HRE Motorsports, number 56 from Nashville, Tennessee, Brad Dyer. Row 3 on the inside, the Catch Fence Apparel Elbows Up Sim Sports, number 82 from Bloomington, Indiana, Dustin Catch Fence Griffiths. And on the outside of him, in the 6 car, has the Dirtco Media House machine, and that's Cody Olson. Row 4 on the inside, the D2 Race Designs, Miles Jensen Racing, number 67 from Duluth, Minnesota, Miles Jensen. And on the outside of him, the Forrest and Wiggy I-55 Lawyers, Team UDSRA, number 73 from St. Louis, Missouri, Larry Moody. And in the back row on the inside, the Not Enough Room Team Bad Boy, number 123 from Owasso, Oklahoma, Tyler LaPointe. And on the outside of him, rounding out the field, the Salina Speedway, number 151 from Salina, Kansas, Dustin Weigert. All right, green flag coming out of turn 4 right here. Richie Preston on the throttle. Green flag in the air. Good jump for Preston, but he's got company. That 3-car won last time we were out on the track at Lanier. Shane James picked up the win in his first start with the series. He's looking to do that again. Contact. I saw Brad Dyer and Dustin Griffiths make just a little bit of contact there. We'll drop back. We'll take a quick peek at this, but I'm pretty sure I saw exactly what happened. Coming out of the corner, 2 cars trying to occupy the same space on the track. Nobody really did anything, just unweighted the right side of the 82 car, and he's around. So Preston, James, Randolph, Dyer, Olson, Jansen, Moody, LaPointe, Weigert, and Griffiths in that order. They will line up double file for the restart. 2 complete, 6 to go. Quick, easy heat race here, and we just want to drag it out with a caution. We need a couple extra laps on the track. That's what the guys are doing. They are spread out all over the place, and they are trying to put some laps down to knock some of the moisture out of this track so we can have 2 and 3 wide racing when we get to feature time. All right. Lights will go off on the pace truck. The boys will get them lined up 2 by 2. We'll get a full restart here. 6 laps to go. All right, green flag out of turn number 4. Preston back to the front. James once again slides into second. Jason Randolph trying to put some pressure on Shane James right there. Not going to happen. Cody Olson in the 4th spot. Now Larry Moody and Brad Dyer side by side. Richie Preston, the 25 car, up into the fence in turn 3. That's going to shake up the standings. Shane James to the point. Jason Randolph, then Cody Olson. Now Brad Dyer, Larry Moody. Preston back to 6th. He's going to go to the high side. Dustin Griffiths in right behind him. Olson and Dyer having a good battle here for the 3rd spot. Olson about a lane up off the bottom. Dyer tried to get under in 3 and 4. Now follows in his tire tracks as Moody goes to the low side. 3 to go this time out of 3 and 4. Still Shane James pretty much running wherever he wants to in that 3 car. They were 3 wide back there for 3rd place. Olson went to the top, Dyer in the middle, and Moody on the bottom. And once again, caution, I do believe, the 82 car. One more time, he found the wall in 3 and 4. Probably broke a bunch of the suspension. He gets down here to 1 and 2. Yep, that car climbs the fence, and Dustin Griffiths goes over the top. So, catch fence, testing out the catch fence. As we'll have a 2-lap shootout to wrap up heat number 2. So a James Randolph, and then I believe it's Olson and Moody, or Olson and Dyer, then Moody, Preston, Weigert, Jensen, LaPointe, and Griffiths. Griffiths' car in the infield. They'll get that ready to go before feature time. And we will see the 82 car at the back of our feature here in just a little bit. All right, lights off on the face truck. Driver's going to go single file. 2 cautions in an 8-lap heat race. Race control going to tell them you guys need to line them up nose to tail. 2 wide isn't working out. Green flag back in the air. James got a big jump that time. 2 to go. Randolph still second. Olson, Dyer went to the middle, and Moody went to the very bottom, but nothing doing on the 3rd place. Cody Olson's going to hang on to that for now. It looks like Shane James going to come out of turn 4, see the white flag one more time around. Out of turn 4, final time. Checkered flag in the air. Shane James winning heat race number 2. Jason Randolph second. Cody Olson third. Dyer, Moody, Preston, Weigert, Jansen, LaPointe, and Griffiths. All right, the guys are going to get into some warm-up. They want to get out here and they want to buzz the track down just a little bit more. Before we watch them do that, we will let you see this. All right, watching the guys put a few extra laps in the track, try to get some of that moisture up and out of it. And hello, Tim Burnett. We'll put 35 laps on the board. These guys are going to get a couple of minutes of warm-up here. Maybe 3 minutes, buzz the track down a little bit, and then we're going to see what they can do. Oh, car backwards right there. That was Tyler Shell. See the 21 car Shea Apollo into the wall just a little bit. Watch Shane James just a little bit. These guys are going to advance along here pretty quickly. And we'll get ready to run through our starting lineup for our feature. I'm ready whenever. Don't forget tomorrow night, folks. Dirt Slingers a Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. Be week 3 for that series as well. The best 410 drivers on the service will be out. And they will be racing for cash like they do each and every Thursday night. So tune in for that, 8 Eastern. KR Stolfus will be back in the booth with you. All right, warm-up has ended. It is time for our starting lineup. So we are going to head down to the track. On the pole, the Fairway Mortgage BS Air. Elbows up since work number 44 of Tyler Shell to his outside, the 3 car of Shane James. A row 2 on the inside. Another elbows up driver in the 5. Braden Eiler, the high side hustler. On his outside, Jason Randolph in the 4 car. The 70 of Will Gatsky starting on the inside of row number 3 with Cody Olson in the 6 on his outside. Row 4 will see the 54 of John Batista on the inside. The outside going to be the 56 of Brad Dyer. Row 5 will be Shea Paulo, the 21 on the inside. The outside, the 73 of Larry Moody. The 90 of Jeff Fitzpatrick starting on the inside of row number 6 with Richie Preston in the 25 on his outside. Mason Hannigan will start the 42 car on the inside of row 7 with Dusty Weigert in the 151 on the outside of that row. Row 8, Jacob Schmutz in the 1, Miles Jensen, the 67 inside out. Row 9 is going to be Tyler LaPointe on the outside, Cody Kelly the 13 on the inside, and in the back row, Jesse Bandy, the 157, will be inside with Dustin Griffiths in the 82 car on the outside. 20 cars, 35 laps. All right. Pace truck should be dropping off right here down the backstretch. Green out of turn 4, 35 times around. Tyler Shell, Shane James on the front row. Shell's on the throttle and the green flag coming out. Braden Eiler right there in third as they head into turns 1 and 2. Cars all over the place. Cody Olson, Shea Paulo. Paulo went for the big slider through 1 and 2. Missed everybody. Went from the bottom to the top. Battle for the lead at the end of lap 1. Shane James has pulled along the inside of the 44 machine, and he has the lead when we come out of turn number 2. James on the point. Shell second. Here comes Will Gatsky, the 70 car, making a bid for third. He's got the inside on Braden Eiler. Trying to work the bottom. Eiler, as his usual, working the top side. He's going to take third. Gatsky into fourth. Olsen running fifth. Batista now back to sixth. Randolph, Paulo, Moody, and Dyer. Those two having a pretty good battle. It was 3 wide with those 3 cars right there. Paulo on the top, Moody in the middle. Dyer down the bottom. Here comes Jeff Fitzpatrick in the 90 car. Richie Preston, that's your 11th and 12th place cars. Back to the front we go. James has moved the 3-car to the top side. You see Shell and Gatsky down on the bottom, and Gatsky putting some pressure on the 5-car of Eiler. Eiler had to check up for the slow car in front of him. That's Tyler Shell, the 44, a little too far sideways, lost his momentum. Opened the door on the bottom, and now Will Gatsky is going to nose ahead at the line. 5 down, 30 to go. Eiler back to fourth, still right in front of Cody Olsen. Best battle on the track currently right now. 70 car on the inside. Will Gatsky, a 44 on the top side. Tyler Shell, they battle for second. Neither line seems to have any kind of big advantage. And now Shell uses the top side to gap Will Gatsky by about 2 car lengths. He takes second. Eiler now making a run back at third on Gatsky. Here comes John Batiste on the inside of Cody Olsen. That's for fifth. Good side-by-side battles all over the track right now. 3 and 4 wide behind that. Richie Preston, Larry Moody, Brad Dyer, Jacob Schmutz. That is back 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. All the way back to Jeff Fitzpatrick in 13th and Mason Hannigan in the 14th spot. Quick look back towards the front, second and third. Or first and second, excuse me, getting away from third and fourth. Those two starting to go at it. Eiler now trying to find some kind of grip anywhere he can, work around the 70 of Gatsky. Meanwhile, John Batista in fifth, closing in. Still got Cody Olsen in behind him. Shane James, half a second. That time at the line, 0.48 seconds, and he's taking the 3-car down against the bottom. Tyler Shell running that cushion up at the top, trying to keep the momentum, trying to make that car a whole lot less pinchy on the bottom. It bogs it down just a little when you get down to the bottom. Now James moves the 3-car up to the top. We'll see if he drives away again or if this becomes a heated battle here. Slider from Shell. In low and 3, up across the nose. He had it right there at the exit of 4, but James takes it back at the line. Now Shane James trying to find a grip on the bottom. Had that line working until Shell got to him. Good battle back here. Eiler and Batista. They're both working on Gatsky. This is third, fourth, and fifth. Braden Eiler found a little bit of a momentum out of the exit of turn 2 off the bottom. Good battle for third. Tyler Shell around Shane James now, 0.6 of a second. And our first caution almost made it to the halfway point. Take a look at the 32 car of Jesse Bandy, which is listed as a 157, but it is a 32 car. Let's go back, take a quick peek, and see if we can figure out what happened here with Bandy. And it looks like Cody Kelly in the 13 right there, or side by side. Oh, Griffith's got a little out of shape. They turned him across in front of Jansen. Jansen really was committed to getting by that on the top side, and he T-bones the 32 car. So we'll see where these guys line out here at. Bandy looks like he's headed for the pits. Looks like he's a little lost. Jansen, they're going to be able to bend the sheet metal back out on that car, get him back out here. See if they can do some magic to the 32 car. Yeah, looks like they're going to be able to get the 32 car squared away. Quick look at our top 10 here. Shell, James, Gatsky, Eiler, Batista, Randolph, Olsen, Paulo, Preston, and Dyer. Right at the halfway point. So 16 down, about 19 to go. 18 when they get the green flag. We will get them lined up 2 by 2. have our restart out of turn 4. They made the first half without caution. Let's see if they can make the second half. Green flag back in the air. Shell able to grab the lead. 0.4 of a second. Battle for second here. James on the top side. Gatsky on the bottom. Eiler on the top side. Batista down on the bottoms. We got a big stack up as Eiler clipped the fence with the right side of that 5 machine. He is still clipping the fence. He is falling back to the field all the way to 10th. Making 11th for a split second now. Making 11th again as he is behind Brad Dyer. Jacob Schmutz. He's got Fitzpatrick on the inside. That's Larry Moody, on the inside right there. Go back, take a quick peek at the front. James trying to keep Shell in check and keep him close this time. Will Gatsky's worked his way to third. John Batista with another top 5 run going on here in this series. Runs in the 4th spot as he takes the 54 car to the bottom. Cody Olson still runs at the top. Big gaggle of cars behind that. 4 wide at the exit of 2. Preston was in a 6th, and then Paulo, Randolph, Dyer, and Schmutz were 4 wide out of 2. Oh, a little contact there as Randolph got the 4 car a little wide. He moved Shane James just a little bit. Or, I'm sorry, Shea Paulo, not Shane James, Shea Paulo. Paulo falls all the way back to 12th from that contact. We'll keep our eye on the 4 car here for just a minute. He's battling Richie Preston. Brad Dyer in behind that. Still 1-2. Tyler Shell, Shane James, and then Will Gatsky into third. But Gatsky's got company as we have another caution. Is that Brad Dyer's car that went around right there? Looks like the 56 car. Down on the bottom, got pinched in between Randolph and Eiler there. Trying to go 4 wide down the back stretch. That's usually a recipe for some kind of disaster. Everybody facing the right way, everybody staying on the track. I said that about the time I saw Shea Paulo head in. And he is going to come out of the pits as well. Couple of cars in trying to get some fenders pushed out, it looks like. So about 13 laps left to go in this one. Shell, James, Gatsky, Batista, Olson, Randolph, Preston. Brad Dyer no longer in 8th. It'll be Braden Eiler in 8th. Jacob Schmutz in 9th. And Larry Moody in that 10th spot. Okay, lights off on the face truck. 2x2 restart. 13 to go. Looks like everybody's pretty much in their spot. Jesse Bandy, the only car not on track 5 laps down, has elected to keep the 32 car in the pits. Green flag back in the air, racing once again. Again, Tyler Shell right against the outside, making the 44 car work up there. Gatsky down on the bottom inside, Shane James. James keeping the 3 car wound up on the top side, trying not to let Shell get too far ahead of him. John Batista working the inside, trying to get around Gatsky, or working the outside, trying to get around Gatsky up against the wall. Not able to do it just yet. Because I think the bottom's starting to come back to these drivers. And Gatsky has the 70 car down on the inside. They'll see 10 to go this time by. Still Olson in 5th, then Richie Preston up to 6th. Jason Randolph. You see the 2 wide, 2 deep battle there. Eiler on the inside of Moody. The 5 and 73. Jacob Schmutz, the 1 car in behind that. Back to our battle for 2nd or 3rd and 4th right here. Now Batista getting the 54 car wound up on the top side, and Gatsky moved up the hill right in front of the 6 car of Olson. That's going to cost him. He had to back the car down, and he's 5 wide. Coming out of 4, contact everywhere. Everybody sideways. I think they all gathered them up, but a lot of guys cost a lot of positions in all that contact right there. And it started when the 6 car gave the 70 a push down the backstretch the lap prior to. These guys are wasting 3 and 4 wide every time they come out of turn number 4. Olson, Randolph, Moody, Gatsky. Still contact down the backstretch. That time Gatsky goes in the infield. He's going to bring it back in. Slowly and right in front of traffic. That car heavily damaged, I think. Back to the front, still green. 6 to go this time by Shell. Barely in front of James. James starting to run him back down. John Batista the third. Cody Olson, Jason Randolph. Here comes James Slider in 3 and 4. Didn't quite go, and I think Shell expected something that didn't happen, and he found the fence a little bit. Now he's going to go back at James. James finds a little fence, and that was a pretty good door slam right there. He shut it tight. Batista was on the bottom. That's going to bring us out a caution. We saw that one coming. James down here goes to the top side, catches a little fence, and Shell come right across the nose, slowed him up even more. James went to cut underneath, and here come Batista with a full head of steam. And he clipped Shane and pushed him right up into the infield. That is going to retire the 3 car, it looks like. Shane James going to exit that machine. Keep it in the infield so he will not go back-to-back in the series. As we got 4 to go and we get the green. Shell, Olson, Randolph, Eiler, Moody, Schmutz, Dyer, Fitzpatrick, Cody Kelly, and Richie Preston look to be your top 10 right now. Mega Dustin Griffiths in that 10th spot behind Richie Preston. All right, they've elected to go a single file for the restart. So the pace truck in 4 to go when they grab the green, this time out of turn 4. Tyler Shell on the point. Green flag in the air, racing once again. Cody Olson hanging on to that second position. Got Jason Randolph right behind him. Braden Eiler on the bottom. Larry Moody went through the middle. That's your top 5. And caution once again. John Batista sideways in turn 2. We'll see what happened to JB here. Down to the inside. Oh, car stacked up in front of him. Not much he could do. Looks like Mason Hannigan was stacked up in front of him. Hannigan just kind of lost a little bit of traction with that 42 car down there. Oh, he got a little help losing that traction. Got moved into by the 21 car. That stacked up Jansen behind that, and then Batista got into the aftermath of all of that. So a quick green and then a quick yellow. And we'll keep 3 laps on the board for these guys. Don't forget 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. KR Stolfs will be back here in the booth with you for the Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series from the Dirt Slingers. They will be at Knoxville for round number 3 of season number 6. We are going to get ready to go green here. Once again, single file. They'll have 3 laps to wrap this one up. At the end, we will talk to our top 3. All right, pace truck is in. We are waiting on Mr. Shell. He jumps on the throttle. Cody Olsen timed it up pretty good, and he's going to be close for these last 3 laps right here. Those two broke away a little bit from Jason Randolph, Braden Eiler, Larry Moody, and Jacob Schmutz. We'll watch these top 2. Olsen in through the middle. Shell up against the fence. He drug the right rear, and that let Olsen get even with him on the inside. Now Olsen in behind him through 1 and 2 this time. Lap and a half to go. Can Olsen mount a challenge? Come up here and snatch the victory away from Tyler Shell. They're going to take the white flag. A 1-2. Shell, Olsen, then Randolph in third. Braden Eiler up to fourth. Larry Moody still fifth, and Jacob Schmutz in sixth. Backstretch, final time. Shell gapping Olsen just a little bit. 3-4 car lengths. He's going to come out of turn 4. He's going to pick a victory up here in the Wednesday Warrior Series. Olsen second. Randolph fell to Eiler through 3 and 4. Eiler with a really good slide job, and he picks up third. So our top 3, Shell, Olsen, and Eiler. We'll get those guys around here.
Well, I'm glad I at least got somebody with that video confusing probably the heck out of Cody Kelly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second race of the night here from the dirt track at Charlotte. We saw the big block modifieds a little bit earlier on in the night. Now we're going to see the UMP modifieds getting it done. Practice just about to wind up and finish here for our drivers. It's a familiar name, Travis Johnson, sitting at the top of the table right now. See Shane Yates and Matt Westfall up in second and third, Garrett Boyd in fourth, and Samuel Backman into the 5th place spot. Got some new names here that we can see. Cody Fury into the session. It's been a little while since we've seen Cody. Shane Yates making his way to the UMPs. Dylan DeWert as well. Devin Howard. And hey, the 118 of Scott King. We talked to him a little bit earlier on in the night. Scott, welcome back to the DSRL. We hope everybody enjoyed the vintage DSRL broadcast. As the practice session winds down, qualifying will begin here. Lone qualifying. 2 laps for our drivers. We'll take a look here at 25, Travis Johnson. Johnson over the line goes quickest, about a half a second faster than Adam Vinny. Larry Moody going to put in a time as well. It's going to be a little bit down. Garrett Boyd, Scott King put times in. Matt Westwell, Roger Wagner. Out front, though, right now, it is Travis Johnson up at the top of 15.63, the top time so far tonight. Boyd not able to improve. Let's go back and take a look at the left machine of Shane Yates, somebody that I'm suspecting should be a threat. Yates, first time by second, quick out of 16.13, 16.13 for Shane Yates. He's going to have to find about a 10th 2/10, sorry, if he wants to improve. Yates, big opportunity. Does he get it or not? He will not improve the exact same lap time. That's pretty impressive, actually. Dylan DeWert over the line, his first lap time. 12th quick at a 16.43, 16.43. Devin Hauer off to a stop. We'll see DeWert and see if his second time is anything better. But this track basically dead. DeWert goes over the line, will not improve. It improves just a little bit as the qualifying session wraps up here. It is Travis Johnson on the pole. Or quick time, my mistake. Heat race number 1 coming up onto the racing surface as we speak. Heat race number 1 brought to you by Tim Sims. Tim Sims, sorry. And it will look like this starting from the pole. The driver out of the Midwest in the 11 machine, that's Adam Vinny. Samuel Beckman in the 007 will start from second. Devin Hauer and Travis Johnson start third and fourth. Matt Westphal, Anthony Morano. Those two battled a little bit during the big block modified portion of the evening. Tom Oostendorf and Peter Bree start 7th and 8th, with Cody Terry starting in the 9th place spot. All 9 cars will make the grid here for heat race number 1, presented by Tim Sims. Tim's Dirt Track Simulators have been bringing entertainment to local racetracks and traveling to trade shows and race venues across the country since 2004. What started with a few guys hanging out playing a game in a basement has turned into a dream job for owner Tim Nichols. Coming from a family with a long history of dirt racing and having a passion for the sport, Tim brought his dream to life by designing and building simulators for huge racing events. From the Knoxville Nationals to the Kings Royal, Chili Bowl, SEMA, and PRI shows, Tim Sims have been anywhere and everywhere in their 19 years. Join the fun and book your event today at timsims.com. We thank Tim Sims for sponsoring our heat race and the Dirt Slingers Racing League, as well as the Dirt Racing Network. Vinny and Bachman, the top 2 cars here, as they work their way into turns 3 and 4 to get us underway here. Heat race number 1. Vinny gets underway in a very bizarre start as Bachman has seemed to have run into an issue, and he'll fall to the inside of the track, and that'll cause a stack up. Adam Vinny, your race leader, with Devin Hauer right behind him. Matt Westphal and Tom Oostendorf, all good starts as well. So the outside line kind of gets messed up there, and unfortunately for them, that's going to cost them as Adam Vinny starts to run away with the race lead. Vinny into the wall. Adam Vinny gets into the wall. He's going to fall back. Devin Hauer moves into that top spot. Vinny comes back at the 54 machine of Matt Westphal. Westphal looks to the inside of Vinny, has the spot right now, checks Vinny up. But out front, Devin Hauer, your race leader in that 8 machine. But the 54 car, Matt Westphal to the inside, slides on up. Not able to complete that move. Works down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. Westphal 5 laps to go, 4 at the line. They're going to see the halfway point. Battling it out to try and make his way past the 8 machine of Devin Hauer. Slide job from Westphal right across the nose of the 8 machine. He turns right back down under him. Hauer, the 316 on the board, the 8 on track. Slide job from Hauer, beat 1, heating up. Down the front straightaway they go. Give it to Hauer at the line. Westphal just by a nose through 1 and 2 though. Westphal works the bottom, slides up, side by side with the 8 car. Into 3 and 4, contact! Westphal gets it sideways. Hauer able to run away, and here comes Adam Vinny. Vinny trying to challenge for that final podium spot. Westphal slams the door. Vinny says, okay, I'm going to try and open it myself. Gives Westphal the application of persuasion with the bumper, trying to get him to go. Unfortunately, he doesn't. And Devin Hauer starts to run away as the race leader. White flag is out here for the 316-8 machine. Matt Westphal in second is going to try to go for broke here through 3 and 4. Looks at it down low, tries to go, can't get it done, and Devin Hauer picks up heat race number 1. So Devin Auer picks up the win in heat race number 1. Matt Westfall, Adam Vinny, Travis Johnson, Tom Wustendorf, Cody Terry, Anthony Morano, Peter Brees, and Samuel Backman round out the top 10, the field. My mistake. As we get heat race number 2 out onto the racing surface right now, we'll take a look at that grid start from the pole. Tiny Dancer in the 118 machine, that's Scott King. Garrett Boyd in the 21 machine will start from second. Tim Nichols and Shane Yates keep row 2 occupied with Jake Schmutz and Dylan DeWert right behind them. Roger Wagner and Larry Moody, same spot, same place from the last race. They, 7th and 8th here in heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 presented by how convenient your pole sitter Scott King. Scott King Designs. For high quality vinyl wraps, decals, and printing, get in touch with Scott King Design. Started in 2003, Scott is your one-stop shop for all things graphics. Get in touch today at scottkingdesigns.co. We thank Scott on the pole for all he does for the DSRL. Take a look at that beautiful 118 machine. That is a good-looking car. Holy cow. Garrett Boyd right to his outside. Garrett will not be able to name all the sponsors off on that 21 machine, I can guarantee, because he wasn't able to do it last time. But it's a very veteran here, starting front row, the 118 and the 21. Scott King, Garrett Boyd, your top 2 cars as they get ready to bring themselves to the green flag. Out of turn number 4, we're underway. Good start for King. He paces the field on the back straightaway. Garrett Boyd, Shane Yates battling it out for the second place spot. All 3 of these guys experience with the Mars late model series as well together on Sunday nights. They're battling it out, getting ready to go. Scott King, your race leader. Shane Yates to the inside of Garrett Boyd. Tries to slide up. King up the track and into the wall. Scott King falls back all the way down to that 3rd place spot, still in shot. But out front, it's the 11 machine of Shane Yates. Garrett Boyd in the 21 machine holding down that 2nd place spot. All 3 cars on your screen right here. Dylan DeWert in the 420 machine trying to get involved in as well for the battle for 3rd. Trying to get to the inside of the 18 machine. Not able to do it quite yet as they work down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway they go. Field is spaced out. We take a look back at the battle for 3rd. Scott King and Dylan DeWert. King goes up into the wall and DeWert gonna try and take it away. Down the back, sorry, down the front straightaway. King side by side with Dylan DeWert. DeWert able to hold down that spot. Caution is out. I think I may have heard Tim Nichols die in the background. We will go back and take a look at what happened. Tim Nichols having a rotten night, to say the very least, in the 31 machine. It looks like a little bit of a battle there with Larry Moody, and Spun into the wall, engine blows. That fan standing on the fence line is dead. That's why we stand on fence lines, ladies and gentlemen, at racetracks. Unfortunately for Tim Nichols, there's Tim in the pit lane, and that should say enough. But Shane Yates out front. So, Shane Yates, your leader, Garrett Boyd, Dylan DeWert, Scott King, Jake Watch, Roger Wagner, Larry Moody. Top 7. Tim jumps into the chat and just says, I lost it. Unfortunately, therefore, Tim Nichols, who find himself in the pit lane and at the back of our A main a little bit later on in the night. Shane Yates in the 11-9 machine. 9 on the board, 11 on track. Garrett Boyd in the 21, Dylan DeWert in the 20, getting ready to go. 2 laps to go at the line. As we get ready to go back underway here in Charlotte, we are green, heat race number 2. Shane Yates up high, Garrett Boyd down low, Yates with the position, Dylan DeWert under pressure from the 118 of Scott King. We take a look back and try and take a look here at Scott King, sending in a slider, not able to get it done. Side by side with DeWert as the white flag comes out, 1 lap to go. King down on the bottom now going to be under pressure from the 1J of Jacob Schmutz. Schmutz into 3 and 4. Going to run high, but out front. Hey, Shane Yates picks up the heat race number 2 win. Garrett Boyd comes home second. Dylan DeWert third. Scott King fourth. Jacob Schmutz fifth. Sixth goes to Roger Wagner. Seventh to Larry Moody. And eighth to Tim Nichols. That's how they will line up on the outside of our front row a little bit later on in the night. We're going to send you out to the sights and sounds of the DSRL as we prepare for our A-Main event a little bit later on in the night. Keep it right here on the Dirt Racing Network. Feature action will be coming up real shortly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just got the word the medical team have checked him over. He's okay for the feature. That's coming up real shortly here. As the checkered flag flies here on our warm-up session, we get ready to go here for our A-main race tonight. And we'll take a look at the grid for our A-main. Starting from the pole, it is winners of heat races. So heat race number 1 winner, the 316 machine, that's Devin Hauer out of Ohio, and alongside him, Shane Yates in the 9. Matt Westphal, Garrett Boyd keep row number 2 occupied, with row number 3 going to Adam Vinny and Dylan DeWert. Travis Johnson and Scott King will find themselves 7th and 8th. 9th goes to Tom Oostendorf with Jacob Smuts in the 1J starting from 10th. Cody Terry in the Indy 16 machine will start from 11th, with Roger Wagner in 31 starting from 12th. Anthony Morano will start from 13th, with Larry Moody starting from 14th. Peter Brees and Tim Nichols will start 15th and 16th. Good to see Tim checked out by the safety crew. Samuel Backman in the 007 car will start from shotgun on the field. $17 cars, 40 laps here, ready to go A-main racing on the night as we get ready for yet another race. We saw the Big Block Modifieds have a heater of a finish. It took them 40 laps to get there. It's going to take these guys 40 laps to get there as well as they work through turns 3 and 4. Feel the rumble, feel the roar out of turn number 4. It's green flag and we're back underway. A-main action is underway. Great start for Devin Hauer down on the low line. Shane Yates, Matt Westphal go side by side down the back straightaway. Heading into 3 and 4. Yates up high, Westphal down low. Contact between the 8 and the 11. Oh, we're going to stack them up. Take a look. That is a parking lot. And I think we're going to be sending more than a few drivers home tonight. Now, as I said earlier in the broadcast, this one's like an onion. It's got a lot of layers to take a look at, and boy oh boy is there going to be a lot to look at here. Let's take a look at what happened. It all started with the ant machine of Devin Hauer. This is down the back straightaway. We're going to adjust the old chopper cam in the helicopter. And Hauer goes into the corner. Ooh, a little bit of contact there with Yates, and around goes Hauer. Then Westfall's going to get collected in it. And then everybody's going to get collected in it. Let's take a look at Garrett Boyd's view. He's up on the top. Boyd was so close to... Oh, Boyd's into the wall there. We're going to pause that. We're going to move up to Matt Westphal here. Just take a look, because Boyd nowhere to go right there. Westphal gets turned up into him, and we're stacking 4, 5, 6 cars involved in that. One view I really wanted to see, and I'm really excited that we get to see it, is actually Tim Nichols' view, unironically. Because Tim's, like, right near them. And Tim has a great view of seeing it all transpire. And Tim does the right thing and slows that car down and still gets hit because cars are avoiding cars. Massive wreck. Somehow, some way, Garrett Boyd got put into the wall and he's your leader. Adam Vinny to the outside now. Boyd looking to be one spot better as he brings us back to the green. Good start for the 21 machine with the 20 of Dylan DeWert. Tools to his inside. DeWert to the inside, sends it low, slides just a little bit. Dylan DeWert, your race leader at the end of lap 1. Disregard iRacing saying Matt Westfall's in the pits, the leader. He's not. Dylan DeWert is your race leader. There we go. Let's cycle that through. Good to see that figured itself out. Dylan DeWert out front, your race leader. Tom Ustendorf seems to have ran into just a little bit of an issue. He's going to keep himself on track going. Travis Johnson up into that second place spot. He's going to try to make his way down the back straightaway and see what he can do. Trying to catch the back of that 20 machine. Your Monday Night Big Block Modified Series champion looking to try and get these UMPs going. Had a rotten first modified race just an hour ago. And he's trying to do one better. Puts that right quarter panel up against the wall. Rotates it well. Tries to get to the outside on the 20 machine. Not able to get it done. Into the wall goes Johnson. He'll fall back once again. DeWert in the 20 car. Your race leader. Travis Johnson, Adam, Vinny, and Scott King battling it out. Caution flag on the racing surface. Devin Hauer has ran into some sort of an issue. We will take a look at what happened to the 8 machine as he works to the inside. That's Jacob Schmutz in the 1J in front of him. And boop. Like a magnet, they come together. Around goes Hauer, and the caution flag flies. Dylan DeWert, your race leader. So, Tim Nichols, running into some issues. He's going to hang around at the back. Hey, sometimes being at the back, Tim, is always the best decision. Pick up from some free spots, to say at the very least. Dylan DeWert, Travis Johnson, your front row, as we get ready to go. Back underway. 7 laps in. We'll be 8 at the line. DeWert gets us back underway. Johnson on the high line, runs down the back straightaway, trying to bring it through the 20 of Dylan DeWert. Nothing quite yet. But Dylan DeWert under pressure from the 20 machine. Johnson runs that high line. It seems like he's just a little more comfortable there. Really hasn't moved from the top. And I mean, I shouldn't even say anything because it's working for him up on that high line. The leader here for a short second runs the high line down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Fantastic camera angle. Sees the speed that Johnson's bringing. Travis Johnson, your leader on lap 11. Travis Johnson, your race leader. Excuse me, Dylan DeWert, second place. Scott King in 3rd. Adam Vinny 4th with Peter Brees 5th. And hey, look who's in 6th. Roger Wagner having a good run, and I am 100% trying to commentator's curse him. Brees seems to run into some issues. He'll fall down the order. Not sure what's happened to Peter. May have just gotten into the wall. But that promotes the 31 machine of Roger Wagner up into 5th. Travis Johnson, your race leader. Johnson, your race leader. Right behind him is Dylan DeWert. Scott King trying to close in on him. Just doesn't look like he is able to quite yet. We're keeping our eyes pinned on the battle for the race lead. Side by side, Cody Terry making moves around Roger Wagner. Wagner and Terry going to battle it out. We take a look back at that battle because Roger Wagner has a train behind him, and they are all looking to pass him. 3 wide, 4 wide, down the back straightaway. Take a look at this into our trusty chopper cam. That's the 17 machine of Murano, the 911, the 9 machine, which is 9 on the board, 11 on the track. That was a very big mistake there on my end. Shane Yates. Roger Wagner gets passed by Cody Terry, so Cody stepping it up as we go back into the race for the lead. Dylan Dort trying his best to make his way around that 25 machine in the race. I don't think he's able to quite yet. Let's go a little bit further back in the battle for 4th. Adam Vinny under pressure. We Terry for a little bit. Nose to tail as they work down through 3 and 4. Roger Wagner is hitting all sorts of trouble into the pit lane. Unfortunate for him, but the battle for the lead is still going on. To work to the inside of Johnson, not able to get anything there quite yet as they work down the front straightaway now. Back to the battle for 4th as Adam Vinny and Cody Terry going at it. Cody Terry, though, under pressure from Yates. Yates, as I say, goes into the wall. He's going to come a little bit down, collect a few people. That's Anthony Morano and Samuel Beckman going side by side, 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Yates and Morano battling it out. A little further look ahead, Dylan DeWert has fallen back from Travis Johnson. Johnson seems to have found something. We're keeping our eyes right here. Actually, a spot back for the 7th as Anthony Morano and Sean Beckman go at it. Tim Nichols ran into some issues. We'll wait to see what Nichols does. Looks like he's back rolling. He's made his way to the pit lane. Terry under pressure, Adam Vinny and Shane Yates right behind him. Those two battling that out side by side as they work down the front straightaway. In the turns 1 and 2, the 211 cars going at it there momentarily as they work down the back straightaway. Vinny into the wall. That's the blue and white modified. Yates in that orange and black modified almost gets turned there. And the 32 machine of Anthony Morano going to slide right by him. Morano and Yates side by side contact there a little bit. Yates comes out down on the bottom. Morano has it at the line just 12 laps to go. Battle is for 5th. The top 5 yearning for one of these two drivers, Anthony Morano, Shane Yates. Don't count out Adam Vinny or Samuel Beckman yet. Down the from the front straightaway, 11 laps to go. Side by side still is Shane Yates with a few different cars. Yates falling back, Morano comfortably into that 5th place spot now as Yates goes back to battle once again with Adam Vinny. Caution flag on the raceway. So the caution flag flies here, and it seems as if Peter Brees may be involved in this as well as Jacob Schmutz. We'll take a look here at what happened. As Schmutz goes into the wall, and that car looks like it's kind of difficult to control, and unfortunately Brees is going to go up in front of him and contact. Cars go around, Larry Moody shovels them both through, and we go yellow. So it is still Travis Johnson out front. Dylan DeWert and Scott King, your top three. Cody Terry and Anthony Murano, the top five. 9 laps to go, 8 at the line for Travis Johnson to seal the deal. Travis Johnson brings them back to the green. We're back underway. A little bit of a stack up a little bit further back. DeWert gets all sorts of upset, and he's going to have pressure now from Scott King. Scott King not sitting around. King tries to make his way into the second place spot, not able to do it quite yet. The 16 machine of Cody Terry trying to get involved as well. Travis Johnson the leader. Dylan DeWert second. Scott King third. Cody Terry fourth. Anthony Murano fifth. King now having to fight that battle for the third place spot. DeWert once again to the back of Travis Johnson. Fell back a little bit through that last green flag run. He's going to have to defend now. Johnson under pressure from the 20 machine once again. To the inside goes Dylan DeWert, the slider job. Tries to go up. Not able to get it done quite yet. Down the back straightaway they go. Travis Johnson, Dylan DeWert, Scott King just a little bit further back. He might be there in case something were to happen. 5 laps to go. 4 at the line. Who has it? Travis Johnson gets the gap now away from Dylan DeWert, but DeWert comes in deep in turns 3 and 4. DeWert trying to close that gap. Trying to work that high line. He's tapping the wall. He's got to be careful there with 3 laps to go. As they work through turns 3 and 4, they'll work their way down the front straightaway to see Barney the Flagman. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. What does Dylan DeWert have for the 25 machine of Travis Johnson as they work down the back straightaway? Through turns 3 and 4. DeWert to the inside, sends it in deep on Johnson, not able to get it done. Doctor's jacket is out. 1 lap to go here at Charlotte. This battle is not done. Travis Johnson, good off the corner. DeWert falls back. What does Dylan DeWert have through 3 and 4? Johnson protects the slider. DeWert tries it, can't get anywhere close. Travis Johnson picks up the win in the UMP Modifieds. Dylan DeWert comes home second. Scott King brings it home in third. And man, oh man, 2 great races back to back. What a night here for the DSRL. Travis Johnson picks up the win. Dylan DeWert comes home second. Scott King comes home third. We'll get our top 3 to line up here on the front straightaway, and we will get to have a word with all of them. Starting with the winner, we will bring up the driver of the 25 machine, Travis Johnson. Travis, do you got a copy?
I gotcha.
Well. A very, very good race, to say the very least. You kind of had a rotten big block night, but you kind of redeem yourself here in the UMPs. How good does it feel? Week number 1, you pick up your first win.
It feels really good. Yeah, big blocks didn't go the way I planned, but that's racing, you know. You win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some, indeed. Obviously, brought it up a little bit earlier, the Season 1 winner for the Big Block Modifieds. But you kind of come into this season as kind of arguably the favorite, being that champion. How much pressure kind of is on you to perform?
Actually, I'm trying to not focus on points. I got too wrapped up in points last year towards the end of the season, and I just wasn't driving my best. I was driving too conservative, and so this year I'm not worried about points. I'm just trying to do the best I can every week and let the points fall where they can.
Well, you pick up the win, and a pretty good win for you indeed. Who do you need to thank for your win tonight?
I just thank the sponsors, the DSRL, the DSSN, Scott King Design, Tim Sims, SSR, and Edmund Trophies and Awards. Thanks to the admins and just everybody that makes this deal happen. It's a great series. I enjoy racing in it.
Well, congratulations on your win tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
The driver of the 25T, Travis Johnson, picks up the win here in the first night of the UMP Modified Series. We will get to talk to our second place driver, the 20 machine. Driver out of New York, Dylan DeWert. Dylan, pull him up here. You got a copy?
Yep, I hear you.
Well, it was a very fun race there near the end of it. Tell me, what do you think you needed in those last few laps to maybe pose a little bit more of a threat to Travis?
Maybe a little bit more consistency. When I slipped up, there really wasn't a whole lot to be had. I mean, there really was only one real good lane, so I was kind of trying to make it work in 3 and 4, just kind of getting a little lower than him, but I didn't really know where he was, so I didn't want to make any, extravagant moves or anything like that, because I figured we'd probably meet in the middle, but that's the way it is.
Week 1, and you put on a pretty good performance here in these UMP Modifieds. What do you think it's going to take these next few weeks to be able to kind of replicate it?
I guess just being consistent and making sure that I'm fairly confident in the changes I make, during the warm-ups. To be honest with you, I think that's going to be what it takes. It just really depends on track state, and there's a lot of these tracks with these particular cars I don't typically race, so we'll have to see. It's going to take a little seat time too, I suppose.
Well, a little seat time indeed. Gotta say, though, if you're needing a little seat time finishing second, you're going to be pretty threatening, to say the very least. Who do you need to thank for your second place run tonight?
All the boys at FTM, Full Throttle Motorsports. Without them, I probably wouldn't be doing this at all. You guys for putting this on. Roger for getting me in here. Same thing with Tim. And just these guys for allowing me to come in and race and play. I just got accepted, just a few minutes before the race and slid my way in here. So,
well, congratulations on your second place finish, and we hope to see you again a little later.
All right, thank you, sir.
Dylan DeWert finishes second place on the night. We will talk to somebody who we've waited to talk to for quite a while. We haven't seen him, and unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be a really good camera. I think that's a good camera, to say the very least, for Scott. I don't get to show off that. We don't get to show off that paint scheme much on the broadcast, but hey, whenever we get to, we enjoy it. Scott, you got a copy?
Hey Zach, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty well. How's it going yourself? How about that race?
Hey, look at where we ended up, huh?
Yeah, what's that? The first time in a few months, years almost, that you've come and run here with the DSRL, and you finish on the podium. Walk me through that race.
Yeah, I mean, I did a league on Sunday nights. The first night out, I finished third, and come out here and pick up another third. So, yeah, that was fun. I was just talking to the guys. It's crazy how much this gets the blood pumping. And, yeah, I had nothing for those guys up front. We're a pretty distant third there, and then that restart. Yeah, I thought I was going to be in trouble. I know Cody, I thought he was coming up, so I have to go back and see what happened. But I seen a little gap and just tried to keep hitting my marks and able to come talk to you.
Well, your first night back in quite a long time. How good does it feel finishing up here on the podium?
Yeah, it's good. It's fun to kind of step away and get to hang out with these guys. It's a pretty good group of guys, so hopefully we can get a few more. And yeah, nice to get away.
And for finishing third place, you get to thank a few people. Who do you need to thank before we let you go and celebrate?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks to Roger. I know I'm going to forget people that helped put this league on. So DSRL, the Digital Sim Sports Network, Dirt Racing Network, you for broadcasting it. Special thanks, Tim Sims, 18 Electric. I know there's going to be guys I'm forgetting, so I apologize. And then myself on my car, you got Scott King Designs, True Speed Motorsports, Built 2 Media Podcast, Chili Lake Vet. Hopefully my mom and dad are still up watching, so they always tune in, and hopefully they had a good time with the show. So that's it.
Well, Scott, it's good to see you back, and we hope to talk to you a little bit later.
Yep, we'll be back next week for sure. Thanks.
Scott King finishes third on his return to the DSRL. We'll run you through your results here and take a look at where everybody finished. Travis Johnson picked up the win. Dylan Norton, Scott King, your top 3. Cody Terry, Anthony Morano, your top 5. Shane Yates, Adam Vinny, Peter Brees, Jacob Schmutz, and Larry Moody, your top 10. Samuel Beckman, Garrett Boyd, Tim Nichols, Roger Wagner, Devin Howard, top 15, with 16th and 17th going to Tom Ustendorf and Matt Westfall, respectively. It's a little switched around on my end. It says Ustendorf is last and Westfall is second to last, but we're going to let iRacing do its thing. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been here the entire 2.5 hours, we thank you for tuning in tonight. No matter what show you were watching, we appreciate you tuning in here to the Dirt Racing Network and the DSRL, presented by Racer Supply, Tim Sims, 18 Electric, School of Sim Racing, and Scott King Designs. Next week, we will be back for more racing as we get ready to start off these seasons. Keep your eyes here on the Dirt Racing Network and the Digital Sim Sport Network for all of our broadcasts coming up here in the future. We've got some good ones coming up, so stay tuned. Besides that, my name is Zach Krieger, from myself, Roger Wagner with the Dirt Slingers Racing League, everybody else who has helped us put these on. We thank you for tuning in tonight, spending your night with us. We hope that we see you next week.